Did you know that one of nature's tiniest creatures could hold the key to fighting one of the deadliest diseases? Yes, I'm talking about beeson more specifically, a compound found in bee venom called melittin. Scientists have discovered something almost unbelievable. Melittin can destroy 100% of aggressive breast cancer cells in under 1 hour, while leaving healthy cells completely unharmed. That right, something that we usually associate with a painful sting might actually turn out to be a powerful weapon against cancer. This discovery shocked the medical community when it was published in a 2020 study by the Harry Perkins Institute of Medical Research in Australia. Researchers tested melittin on 2 of the most aggressive and hard-to-treat types of breast cancer: triple-negative breast cancer and HER2-enriched breast cancer. These forms often resist traditional chemotherapy and have fewer treatment options. But in the lab, melittin showed a stunning effect. It managed to tear apart the cancer cell membranes within just 60 minutes. Even more impressive, it did this with remarkable precision, sparing the healthy surrounding cells. Now let's take a step back. Cancer is one of the most complex diseases, and breast cancer alone affects over 2.3 million women every year worldwide. According to the World Health Organization, it remains the most common cancer among women, and sadly, hundreds of thousands lose their lives to it annually. Treatments like surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy have saved millions of lives. But they also come with heavy side effects: hair loss, nausea, weakened immunity, and damage to healthy cells. So when scientists found that bee venom could specifically target cancer cells without harming normal tissue, it created a wave of excitement across the medical world. But how does it actually work? The answer lies in melittin's unique structure. Melittin is a small peptide that makes up about 50% of bee venom. Think of it like a natural nanodagger that slices into the protective shield of cancer cells. Cancer cells usually have irregular membranes filled with extra negative charges, making them more vulnerable to melittin compared to normal cells. When melittin attaches to the cancer cell, it forms pores in the membrane, effectively punching holes that cause the cell to collapse. Within less than an hour, the cancer cell is destroyed. And what's even more fascinating is that melittin also disrupts the chemical pathways that tumors use to grow and spread. It's like a double strike, attacking the outside of the cancer cell while also disabling its internal survival system. You might be wondering, if bee venom is so powerful, why isn't it already being used as a standard treatment? Well, the answer is that science moves carefully. While the laboratory results are promising, translating them into safe treatments for humans takes years of clinical testing. Directly injecting bee venom isn't an option, because too much venom can cause severe allergic reactions and even be life-threatening. The challenge for researchers is to isolate melittin, deliver it safely, and control its dosage so it attacks cancer cells but doesn't harm the patient. Some exciting progress is already underway. Scientists are exploring nanoparticle delivery systems, where melittin is packaged into tiny capsules that can be guided directly to tumors. This way, the compound doesn't harm healthy tissue along the way. Early animal studies have shown that this method can shrink tumors dramatically without toxic side effects. Imagine a future where instead of enduring rounds of chemotherapy, patients could receive a precisely targeted melittin treatment that clears tumors quickly and gently. Now, here's a surprising twist. Bee venom therapy isn't entirely new. In fact, it's been used in traditional medicine for centuries, especially in Asia and Eastern Europe. Some practitioners have used controlled bee stings or venom extracts for arthritis, multiple sclerosis, and even skin conditions. Modern science is finally catching up to these ancient practices, investigating how something as simple as a bee sting could hold medical secrets. Of course, this doesn't mean anyone should go out and sting themselves. It must be done in a clinical, controlled environment. Another interesting fact is that melittin doesn't just show promise for breast cancer. Studies suggest it may also have effects against melanoma, leukemia, and even prostate cancer. Its broad action makes it one of the most exciting natural compounds in cancer research. Some experts believe that if clinical trials succeed, melittin could become part of a new generation of bio-inspired cancer treatments, drugs that copy nature's molecules but are engineered for safety and precision. But let's not forget the unsung heroes behind this story, the bees themselves. Without bees, not only would our ecosystems collapse, but discoveries like melittin would never exist. Yet bee populations around the world are under threat due to pesticides, habitat loss, and climate change. By protecting bees, we're not just saving pollinators, we may also be preserving life-saving medicines of the future. So, what does this mean for the average person today? While melittin treatments are still years away from becoming widely available, this research brings hope. It reminds us that solutions to some of humanity's biggest health challenges may be hiding in plain sight in plants, in animals, and even in the sting of a bee. It also highlights the importance of supporting scientific research, because today's laboratory breakthrough could be tomorrow's life-saving cure. To put this into perspective, let's compare. Chemotherapy has been the gold standard for decades, but it often damages both cancer cells and healthy ones, leading to side effects that patients describe as worse than the disease itself. Melatonin, on the other hand, has shown it can target only the cancer cells with zero collateral damage in lab settings. If this success translates into humans, it could redefine cancer treatment as we know it. Of course, there are skeptics who remind us that lab results don't always work in the real world. Many compounds show promise in test tubes but fail in human trials. That's why ongoing research is crucial. Yet, even with these cautions, the potential of melatonin is undeniable. It offers a new pathway that is natural, powerful, and precise. And who would have thought that the humble bee might one day help us win the battle against cancer? In the end, this story is more than just science. It's a story of hope, resilience, and discovery. It shows us that sometimes the most powerful answers are hidden in the smallest places. One tiny compound, found in the sting of a bee, may hold the power to save millions of lives. And that, my friends, is truly incredible. So next time you see a bee buzzing around your garden, don't just think of it as a little insect to swat away. Think of it as a tiny flying pharmacy, carrying secrets that science is only beginning to unlock. Because somewhere inside that sting might lie the future of cancer treatment, a natural weapon that destroys tumors in just 1 hour and leaves the rest of the body untouched.